Let's be honest, vulnerability sounds beautiful. Until it's your turn to be vulnerable. We all say we want deep, emotionally open relationships, but how many of us are truly ready to let someone see the messy, scared, unfiltered parts of who we are? Some zodiac signs wear their hearts on their sleeves, while others guard theirs like a national treasure. So, who struggles the most with vulnerability? And why? Today, we're breaking it down through astrology and the Insights Discovery System color lens of personality. The fiery reds, the sunshine yellows, the earth greens, and the cool blues, to uncover what makes each sign hold back, and how you can love them better, even when they can't find the words. Part 1. Fiery reds, fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Fire signs love control, energy, and confidence. They thrive on excitement and movement. They act before they feel. Vulnerability for them can feel like losing power. Aries, why they struggle. Aries hates to feel weak. Their "I've got this" energy means admitting emotional need feels like defeat. Example: the Aries partner will rather argue than admit they're hurt. They won't say, "I miss you," instead. They'll say, "You've been distant lately." How to navigate? Don't force emotion. Give them space to come around. Appreciate their courage when they do open up. That's their version of softness. Leo, why they struggle. For Leo, vulnerability equals exposure. Their pride wants to be seen as strong, loved, admired. Showing fear or insecurity threatens their image. Example: the Leo friend who posts confident selfies after a breakup, masking heartbreak behind charisma. How to navigate? Give genuine validation. When they feel safe and celebrated, they'll share their truth. Sagittarius, why they struggle. Sag runs from emotional intensity. They crave freedom and lightness. Vulnerability feels like emotional gravity. Example: they ghost mid-heart to heart because they need space to process, which actually means, "I'm scared I'll lose my independence." How to navigate? Don't demand emotional depth immediately. Let connection grow through shared adventures and honesty at their pace. Part 2. Sunshine yellows, air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Air signs intellectualize emotion. They talk about everything except what they're truly feeling. Vulnerability requires emotional grounding, and air signs often live in their heads. Gemini, why they struggle. They fear being misunderstood or trapped. Vulnerability feels like handing over their freedom to choose their next version of themselves. Example: they'll talk endlessly about what love means, but not what they need from you. How to navigate? Be patient with their contradictions. Encourage emotional curiosity instead of demanding consistency. Libra, why they struggle. Libra wants harmony. They hide their real feelings to avoid conflict or disapproval. Vulnerability feels like disrupting the balance they work so hard to keep. Example: they'll say, "I'm fine," while clearly not fine, then distract with charm or humor. How to navigate? Create a judgment-free zone. Let them know honesty won't lead to rejection. Aquarius, why they struggle. Aquarius intellectualizes feelings. They analyze emotion like a puzzle, never quite stepping into it. To them, vulnerability equals loss of control. Example: you ask, "Do you love me?" And they reply, "Define love." How to navigate? Don't take emotional detachment personally. Show loyalty through understanding, not pressure. Part 3. Earth greens, earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Earth signs express love through action, not emotion. Vulnerability makes them feel unsafe because they value consistency and control. Taurus, why they struggle. They fear rejection deeply. Their heart opens slowly. Once trust breaks, it takes years to rebuild. Example: they'll cook for you, buy gifts, fix your car, but say, "I love you," only when 100% sure. How How to navigate. Earn trust through reliability. Don't rush their pace. They bloom in safety. Virgo. Why they struggle. Virgo guards emotion with logic. They fear being judged for their flaws, even when you're not judging. Example. They'll overanalyze every word before texting something heartfelt. How to navigate. Appreciate their small gestures. Emotional vulnerability for Virgo often comes through acts of service. Capricorn. Why they struggle. Capricorns equate vulnerability with weakness. They were built to survive, not to feel. They only show their love with action, not words. Example. They'd rather show success than pain or sadness. When stressed, they bury emotion under work than talk about it. How to navigate. Encourage downtime. Let them know they don't have to earn love. Part 4. Cool Blues Water Signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Water signs are deep feelers, but that doesn't mean they're always open. They can struggle with vulnerability because they feel everything so intensely. Cancer. Why they struggle. They fear emotional abandonment. Vulnerability opens the door to rejection, their worst nightmare. Example. They retreat into their shell when hurt, often expecting you to just know what's wrong. How to navigate. Be consistent and reassuring. When they trust your emotional safety, they'll melt into openness. Scorpio. Why they struggle. Scorpio feels deeply but trusts slowly. Vulnerability equals surrender, and they hate losing power. Example. They test you before revealing their true self. Tiny trust experiments disguised as sarcasm or distance. How to navigate. Be real. No pretense, no half-truths. Their walls crumble only in the presence of honesty. Pisces. Why they struggle. They're open-hearted yet easily overwhelmed. Vulnerability drains them emotionally, so they retreat to protect their peace. Example. They'll ghost for a week after an emotional talk, not because they don't care, but because they are running from their feelings. How to navigate. Give gentle reassurance and space to process. Meet them with empathy, not intensity. So maybe the real question isn't who struggles with vulnerability, but why we all do. For some signs, vulnerability threatens their strength. For others, it shakes their balance. But at its core, vulnerability isn't weakness, it's courage in slow motion. If you love someone who struggles to open up, don't force the door. Knock gently. Wait, stay consistent. Because when they finally let you in, it's real. If you love this breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more astrology deep dives every week. And if you want to understand yourself and your relationships on a deeper level, grab your copy of the Happiness Manual, available exclusively on Patreon via the link in our bio. Until next time, stay open, stay real, and keep your heart soft.